There can no longer be any doubt we are dealing with organized crime. Organized crime via the large mega banks that have been running giant global Ponzi schemes is openly waging war against every sovereign nation in the world. Because the globalists want to establish the system where they make the laws, where they tax the populations via value-added taxes and carbon taxes and others, where there is no nation and sovereign population to stand against them. I was just reading the news today, and they were talking about how Greece has to give up all of its sovereignty and their liberties and freedoms, and how they didn't owe most of this debt, and how Goldman Sachs and other mega banks came in and bought off their politicians to have them sign on to this black hole of derivatives. And the very same criminal interest run this country. Earlier today, I posted a video titled "Media Attacks America" on Independence Day. And that's what's happening. And since I posted that video, I've talked to friends and family and also seen your comments here on the web, below us on YouTube and at InfoWars, with many other examples in the last few days of just an all-out assault as the paid propagandists, the mercenaries of these criminal interests, just normalize attacking the Constitution. Before, oh, George Bush isn't spying on you without warrants. Then it turns out he was. And, oh, well, torture's good when we do it, not when others do it. Criminals hate the Bill of Rights, Constitution, Declaration of Independence, because it was the first major document in history, post Magna Carta, 1215, which the Constitution grew out of, that actually said there are laws that you must follow, whether you're a poor person or a rich person, and that even a king or his designate lords or his sheriff can't come in your house because it is your castle without a warrant, specifically naming the person, place, things to be searched, and that you were secure in your person. Before that, the king's men could line you up and search your person. They could come in and roust your house. They could come in and steal your chickens. And the people rose up in 1215, and there were a series of rebellions leading up to 1776 that came after that. And so to see the system constantly in the history books and on television attacking the founders and attacking the Bill of Rights and Constitution, they've got to get it out of the way, because then there's not a hedge of protection, there's not a shield. And they can do whatever they want. They're already trampling it, but people sue them. People take them to court. Through the constitutional system, we can get them out of office in some cases and then bring them to justice. And so the power structure has committed all these crimes, and now they're desperate to just erase the Bill of Rights and Constitution so that they can get away with bloody murder. And now the United States can't criticize China when they have secret arrest or torture, because our government does that. Now our government can't criticize other governments when they preemptively attack nations in Hitlerian or Stalinistic invasions, because our government now does that. So as we see the Constitution being destroyed, being incrementally annihilated, decimated, we notice that the liberty, the freedom, the wealth, the security is going away. As Benjamin Franklin stated, those that will give up security for supposed liberty will get or deserve neither. You're not going to get security out of giving up your liberty. You're going to get nightmare tyranny. There are powerful, ruthless interests who are having to break the law right now, the Constitution, to get away with what they're doing. And there's a reawakening to constitutional government. That's why I've said I'm a constitutionalist, because it's the best system out there. I've read it many times. I've read the Bill of Rights many times. I've read the Declaration of Independence. I've studied history. It is something that the globalists are scared to death of. Look, they keep saying, as I said in the earlier video, that it's old-fashioned, it's quaint. No. It's the avant-garde. It's the precious jewel of liberty that Thomas Jefferson talked about, that's so transient and so hard to keep. True freedom is a state of mind, and you're always trying to build that in reality. But tyranny is the norm. It is common. And if we go back just 235 years to before the founding of this country, everywhere else was ruled by kings and queens and pompous hereditary groups. I mean, go back to Japan. samurai that are built up as all being honorable. They were legally allowed to kill whoever they wanted and routinely would test a new blade on peasants out planting or harvesting rice. The Aztecs demanded human sacrifice as a show of submission by the public. The Druids did it. The Romans did incredible things. If you don't bind down government, as George Washington said, you will be enslaved. What was the George Washington quote? Government, like fire, is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. Governments in the 20th century killed over 200 million people. The United Nations all over the world is caught running white slavery rings and enslaving and killing children. You look at NATO claiming it's a peace operation to be trying to overthrow Syria and Egypt and Libya. This is global war. This is tyranny giving itself a peace prize and telling you how liberal it is. The Constitution is being trampled. We must breathe life into it. It is our shield. Does it mean that the people that forged it in the fires of rebellion were perfect? No, but the idea is beautiful. So again, I can't even spend time with my family today without seeing the tyranny grow, without realizing that if we don't stand up now, and I'm getting chills, folks, history is going to repeat itself. I don't want to live in humiliating bondage. I don't want to live in a mixture of all the ancient tyrannies with a high-tech overlay. I want to see the spirit of freedom ignite and to surpass what the founders of this republic foresaw. Hope you've had a great and safe 4th of July. I'll see you back tomorrow live, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time at Infowars.com. I'm Alex Jones, signing off. This is the InfoWar.